Well, pleasant good Monday morning to you, the very last day of August. And I'm not really certain where August went, but it is the very last day, last trading day of August, and it's time to go to Premier Cooperative. We'll go over and talk with our good friend from Premier Cooperative, Doug Kropp. Good morning to you, Premier Doug.
Hey, good morning.
Well, Doug, a little stronger markets start the week out, a little bit of carryover action, but probably the big thing is weather.
Yeah, definitely stronger markets again started out overnight and into this morning. And weather is the leading story supporting that. Looking at no rain over the weekends that were material, and the forecasts for the next 6 to 10 days don't show a lot of rain across most of the Midwest, and pushing crops to maturity quicker than what we probably would want them to be, and then also just continues to stress the crops that could have potential to add more bushels.
Well, there's two reports today. One at about 10 o'clock, I believe. The export inspections, I believe it's maybe earlier, but then the other one, I think that's probably going to be a target for eyes, is the crop condition report that comes out this afternoon after the close.
Yeah, definitely. We saw, the crop condition report is watched closely this time of year as we get to finishing the crop off, and we saw last week where it dropped dramatically in the conditions, and I think we'll see maybe not as dramatic, but we'll definitely see a continued, at least the expectations are, continued decline in the crop ratings, which would extrapolate possibly to lower yields, especially in the soybeans. When we take a look at this time of year, August was the month where we were going to add the bushels on or continue to see the crop grow, and we really didn't see a lot of rain, and so the soybean crop has declined on expectations a little bit from what was earlier in the month.
Well, export has been really a big push for the markets. One of the reasons is the dollar, and we report the value of the dollar throughout the day, but it's hard to believe that the dollar value now goes all the way back to what it was, I think, back 2018, Doug?
Yeah, the dollar index is a key indicator of how our currency compares to world currencies and how our commodities are priced in the world market. And when the dollar is weaker, our commodities become more competitive in the world market compared to Brazil or whatever. So this is also our time when we're harvesting. We'll have the biggest value available. And yeah, the U.S. dollar has traded to its lowest levels since May of 2018, and that has also been help supporting our exports for sure.
Well, one of the traders' blog over the weekend said that we need to make hay when the sun's shining, because Brazil is probably going to plant one of the largest crops they've ever planted, and their harvest is going to be around the corner. So we need to sell as much as we can while we can, right, Doug?
That is correct. We need to take advantage of it when we're the best market or the best value in the world. As you look at the deferred months and where you go as of today, of course that changes. Brazil comes back in the market in late February, early March, and they would be the cheapest source at that point for soybeans. And yeah, they're looking at planting a record amount of acres again. Of course, it seems like that's the annual story there, as they keep saying they're going to stop deforestation and all that, but yet they still continue to add acres. So well, it's definitely going to be continue to be a big competitor for us.
Well, we'll take a look at those overnight numbers from Premier Cooperative, Doug Kropp. Doug?
Okay. We have the nearby September corn, which will be going, most of the markets will be going to the December here after today, but the nearby September corn is up 7 cents at 3.53. December corn is up 4 3/4 at 3.64 even. March 21 corn's up 3 3/4 at 3.73. Might want to take a look at the D's 21 corn. That's getting up some pretty attractive levels. That's up 1.5 pennies at 3.83 3/4. In the soybean complex, we have November beans up 15 cents at 9.65 January beans are up 14 3/4 at 9.71 even. New crop 21 beans are up 8.5 at 9.46 1/4. In the wheat, September wheat's up 10 3/4 at 5.50 even. December wheat's up 10 1/4 at 5.59 even, and new crop 21 wheat is up 7 at 5.68 1/4.
Thank you, Doug. Doug Kropp from Premier Cooperative with us each morning, looking at the overnight markets and forward to the day trade. And Doug can be reached throughout the corporate trade day hours at 217-355-3369. That's 355-3369, or you can always go to their website, premiercooperative.net. Thank you, Premier Doug. Have a Premier Monday.
Thank you, and you do the same.